Is the two-state solution the solution? Maybe it is. Just give the Palestinians a place autonomously where they can control, have their own government, and everything will be fine. Maybe that is the answer. And maybe it isn't. Listen to these 4 reasons why it's a terrible idea. The fourth one, if the first 3 don't do it for you, the fourth one will emphatically demonstrate to you that this will accomplish nothing, because we've tried it numerous times already. Let's watch this together.
I'm against and have always been against the two-state solution. Why? I'm going to give you 4 quick points on why the two-state solution was stillborn, was a wrong thing from the get-go. 1, the two-state solution was incredibly ahistorical. How come Palestine wants to rise up exactly where the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people was? Maybe Palestine isn't really about a Palestinian state, but about the erasure of our historical narrative. It has been said many times, if we have no right to live in Hebron, we have no right to live in Tel Aviv. Point number 2 was that the other side, the interlocutors, were never going to accept a small, tiny state. It never made sense. And if you listen to Prime Minister Netanyahu, it's a very paternalistic offer he's making. You have to recognize me only in these certain borders. I will have security here and here. You can't have an airport. You can't have a port, a seaport. And, of course, you have to be demilitarized. What kind of offer is that? If it's really their land, then get the hell off and don't tell me how to run it. If it's not their land, then why are you making that offer? It doesn't make any sense. It was never going to fly. Nobody was going to accept it. It was never going to work. And third, which is very, very important, is that I'm going to say something that Western ears love to hear. Watch this. This is really important to me, and I'm willing to compromise on it for peace. I'm willing to give it away, although I love it, because I want peace with you. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't that sound amazing? Like something that I cherish in my heart, I'm willing to give you. Doesn't that sound beautiful? But that's not the way it sounds in Middle Eastern ears. Because you don't compromise on certain things. You don't compromise on your wife, right? What we say, I'm willing to talk about Jerusalem because I'm willing to give it up for peace. Here's what the Middle Eastern ear hears. Here's my wife. Take her. Do whatever you want. Just don't hurt me, right? I'm willing to do anything for peace. I'm scared. So whenever you talked about two-state solution in the Western ear, it was like, that is beautiful. And the Middle Eastern ear is like, that guy is a loser, and we're going to crush him in time. Let's take what we can get now and keep going. Lastly, the two-state solution was, number 4, is simply an empirical failure. We have tested it. It is one of the best tested political solutions of all time. We have tested it in South Lebanon. We walked out and we gave South Lebanon back to the Lebanese. We walked out of Sinai. We walked out of Judea and Samaria. And we walked out of Gaza. Every single one of those has turned into our cancer. Every single one of those has become a forward base of the jihad, especially the last one, Gaza. Guys, people like myself were saying that if we walked out of Gaza, in a year, it would be a terrorist state. And we were wrong. It took 6 months, okay? And it became one of the worst terrorist states that we're dealing with. And we have now fought 3 wars in 7 years. Ouch. Bad move. So when somebody says to you, let's keep going with the two-state solution, you have to ask him, like, hasn't it been already debunked?
It's called seeing the handwriting on the wall. It's become so clear. And sometimes, yet, we are in such denial. A two-state solution is not what anyone is looking for. The Palestinians do not want a two-state solution. They want a one-state solution. That's why it cannot be done. That's why it must not be done. Every attempt led to enormous loss of life on both sides.